And good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Jason over here at Signature Esports, and another championship race for the ages. The Signature eNASCAR Truck Series is about to get underway with the Jinx Talladega 265, 100 laps, 2.65 miles around the track. And these drivers are going to be in for a treat. 100 laps to determine the Signature eNASCAR Truck Series champion. And right now, the big battle is going to be between Joe Sanchez and Zach Rinker. Those drivers are the ones to be looking out for here. Joe Sanchez with a 21-point lead out over Zach Rinker, and then just kind of how everything else works in. But anything can happen right here, and man, oh man, it's going to be interesting, that's for sure. Roswell Harlow is going to be your pole sitter here at Talladega. Had qualifying just a little bit a few hours ago, and got a little bit late start tonight. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. We had an issue with the starting grid that I had to take care of, but the starting grid is going to look like this. Roswell Harlow is going to be, of course, your pole sitter. Raymond Root, the number 10, he's going to be there in second place. Mario Morinda, Lights Out Esports teammate to Roswell Harlow, is going to be there in the 98. They're in row number 2 on the inside of Dan Fowley to the number 63 from Canada. DJ Thomas and Eddie Hawks are going to make up row number 3. Jared Trainer and Eric Schaefer is going to make up row number 4. Sean Conklin and Joe Sanchez. Sanchez chasing that championship. He's going to be right there in row number 5 on the outside row. Row number 6 is going to be Mark Harris, and Michael Woolley, the man himself, is going to be in the mix. Moving on down the list, Cody Spare, Jason Hastings. We've got Kevin Hayes and Chris Progar all the way to row 8 for you. Brad Young and Zach Rinker. Zach Rinker, of course, being out there in those grand scheme of things, trying to chase that championship as well. CJ Munier, Chris Robert, Josh Klinger, Brandon Banks, Aaron Mack, and Jesse Priest. That's going to take you through row number 12. Row 13, Shane Wyatt, Gregory Turner, Daz Hayes, and Cody Anderson is going to make up row number 14. Row number 15, Chris Bates and Ellis Garrett, Jake Elrod, Cody Kinsey out there. There's Team Yeah. Kevin Delia, Mason Flippin, Michael Newbrow, Tony Kivett. And moving on down, Zach Flippin and Brian Dublé, those guys out there. Douglas Carlson, my race controller tonight, and myself. I am in the broadcast booth here to broadcast you some absolutely amazing racing. The Truck Series getting underway, our beginner series or a development series. That is what we are looking at. And it's been a great season. Things have been quite interesting and just a whole lot of fun. So I appreciate everybody getting ready for a great race. And not only that, but we're seeing the Signature eNASCAR Cup Series champion in the mix in there as well. So absolutely wonderful night. I will have the playoff standings up on my left-hand side so I can tell you what the point status is going to be looking like looking like. But as it stands, Roswell Harlow is going to take him to the green flag. And I tell you what, Fred is high above the stands here at Talladega. And you see him coming through the tri-oval right there. There's a long stretch where they have to wait for the green flag, especially if they have starts and restarts. And definitely taking over-unders for cautions. Tell me how everything's going. Hope everyone got their potty breaks. 100 laps is underway. Fred the Flagman here, ready to rock and roll here at Talladega. Let's give you some volume and give you a little bit of love. And man, oh man, they are off already. Let's go ahead and take a look and get there in the mix. Harlow and Miranda there to the inside. The 15 of Thomas has everybody all right there. Raymond Root is on the outside. The 63 of Fowley, nobody going with him. So now pushing and shoving contest to get single file. Raymond Root's going to have to fall back into place right there, and he is going to do so. So single file very quickly. Trucks all the way on the bottom of the apron already. That is way there in the back. So I'm kind of seeing what's going on there as they are trying to slip up into the mix. There's Josh Klinger. Josh Klinger was in the contention as well. You see the number 17 just kind of easing his way back, trying to be patient. All these drivers trying to just tuck in and be as patient as they can ask. 71, there's a almost three wide situation going on right there. The 11 going to tuck in back there. That's Cody Kinsey. Everybody being patient. Nice start to the race so far. Out front, Roswell Harlow. They are single file for lap number 2 here at Talladega. Good evening to you, Kira, as well out there. It was good to play Phasmophobia with you earlier. I had a long day, folks, and I tell you, it's because I was playing Cyberpunk 2077. Now, I would tell you that I was very engaged in the story mode, and as long as you play the story mode, you don't look outside of that aspect. I'm pretty impressed with the game, but that right there is to be had. I'll get my full analysis after I've gone through it and completed it, but that'll take me some time. Single file for everybody. Harlow, Miranda, Thomas, Fowley, Hawks, Root, Woolley, Conklin, Harrison, Hayes. That's going to make up your top 10 as they circle around the 2.65 mile track. Now, I do want to talk about the race info here. SBTS Championship brought to you by Jinx Shifters. That is an Australian company. They make shifters and accessories for your sim racing, kind of for just a little bit of everything. I do have a wonderful description about that company. They're supposed to be the sponsor for the Midwest Days of Thunder yesterday, and some I's didn't get crossed and T's didn't get mattered in there, so just want to make sure I go over what they do. Jinx Shifters is an Australian-based company that specializes in the fabrication and distribution of the sim racing shifters. Jinx also sells a variety of products like shifter knob modifications. So if you're looking for high quality shifter to fit your high quality rig, Jinx Shifters is the place you need to go. Go to jinxshifters.com or find them on Facebook, JINX Shifters. Go look at them, find them, give them a like for me, tag Signature Esports in there for me. I would appreciate that, and let them know that we sent you over there. Wonderful, great affiliations to be made here, and this is going to be the last Signature eNASCAR Series race of the 2020 year, second championship. But next season is just right around the corner, just about 4 or 5 weeks away. They're going to get those things rocking and rolling, and it's going to be fun. Harlow, Miranda, Thomas, Fowley, Hawks, Woolley, Root, Conklin, Harris, Hayes. Nothing's really changed. And now, as they are single file, you begin to wonder, is that second pack, the first pack is just pulling away, is that second pack going to catch up? As realistically, they have 5 sets of tires, 80% fuel, so the fuel load is going to be roughly around 25 to 30 laps, somewhere in that ballpark zone. But are they going to be able to continue to make a long green flag run right here? And when is pit cycle is going to matter? Because we all know that the further that you fall away, the worse it's going to be for you. going on in the back just a little bit. There is a 2x2 racing standard going on. This is the second pack behind the race leaders, and that is being led around by the 14 of Jake Elrod. Josh Klinger right there in the mix as well, or at least like Josh Klinger looks like he's in the back of the tail end of those leaders right there. So the Oceanside Klinger boys running 20th and 21st, but these guys, you've got Jake Elrod, it looks like Kevin Delius right there, the 53. He's there on the back bumper of the 14. So some OCR boys running their paint schemes, trying to have a little bit of fun. Brandon Banks right there on the inside line as well. The 29 of Jason Hastings on the high line with the 11 of Cody Kinsey. Jesse Priest there as well. Chris Roberge, best pusher in super speedways in my opinion, the 96. You see him up top. He has his future teammates, one of the drinking bros up there. Joe Sanchez, this guy is in contention for the championship. Everybody's having a great night out there and just enjoying themselves. Already clean racing, 7 laps into the 100 lap affair. Once they come around and complete this, they'll make them 92 laps to go or 93 laps to go. My goodness, it's just clean. I like clean racing. Look at that. Seen quite a bit of it over the last couple of weeks, and I want to get a jump up there real quick. Looks like Michael Woolley took over the lead. Jump up there. I was seeing action happen. Michael Woolley, the 13, out in front of Raymond Root, the number 10. Chevy Silverado with the flash scheme takes over the lead, and now we're starting to see some things juggle around. What fun it is to be a part of the SETS. And some of these guys are Cup Series drivers. Some of these guys are future Xfinity drivers. Some of these guys are going to stay right here in the Truck Series. We're going to see some new, fresh names in the Truck Series in Season 2. That's already being developed. And all that they have to do is no patience. Outside line, Shane Wyatt has Sean Conklin in his Chicken Nugget Mobile with the Unisim Racing logo. Now, I got to point out Shane Wyatt's, all of Lights Out Esports. I believe it's he and I think Ranker is running the same thing. He's running Chris Bates' paint scheme. Well, not Chris Bates' paint scheme. But on the front of this, you might recognize a famous donkey here at iRacing. Jim the Donkey, Chris Bates' spotter, a.k.a. his profile picture for whenever you look at it. He's on the hood of that truck and kind of all over the place. So, cracked me up. Seriously cracked me up. Michael Woolley out front, and he's leading here at Talladega, 9 laps in. And man, oh man, it's starting to heat up in the front pack. It's a fantastic night. Jay Twitty, LSU is winning at halftime, surprisingly. Man, that's terrible. YouTube seems to be going in and out on us. I see the stream flickering over there. So if you are watching on YouTube, you might switch over to Twitch or Facebook just in case. Woolley put 3 wide now. The 10 got below Michael Woolley. This doesn't bode well. Raymond Root. Ooh, man. Way to stick it there, boys. That could have been dangerous. 70 of Progar up there driving the zombie racing paint scheme on his vehicle. A little bit of lap traffic coming their way. Looks like that might be the 38. It's going to fall back in place into the 65's paint scheme first. Car 1 lap down. That's going to be the 36. That's Cody Spare right there. Cody Spare. Newer driver, haven't seen very much out of him. Seems good on your end. I just want to make sure. I know that you usually watch on YouTube there, Kara. It's my feed's not showing me how many people are live, and that's not normal. Roswell Harlow pushing Raymond Root Two Toyotas out front. There's the 98 of Mario Moreno Ford. DJ Thomas right behind him in the number 15. Driving my number. Turbo. But DJ's a good driver. They're all good drivers. Good to see him running. Zach Rinker. I think Rinker is driving the same paint. He is. Rinker's driving another Jim the Donkey paint scheme. Michael Willey trying to slip down there on the inside line. Shane Wyatt trying to get the outside line moving. But it's not going anywhere. Raymond Root leading around. 24.92 I rating for this driver. A-class drivers all the way through the field from first to 18th. We've got a B and a D class, and then more A-class drivers. Kevin Delia is in there with a B-class license, 1561. Good to see the guys tuning in. Ellis Garrett there, needing to work on some I rating there. It looks like I do too, but once I have to wait for a steering wheel. Zombie Raid, Hidden Catalyst, there it is. That scheme of Progars is fresh. That's what I see. If Rader's not careful, like that, who's that up there behind Rinker? The 26 of Chris Bates. He's looking at his spotter. Okay, we have to look at it. All right, here's Chris Bates. Driver details right here. Chris Bates is Jim the Donkey right there. The 49-year-old from Lexington, Kentucky. He's driving the number 26 here, that Chevy, the Bates Motel 26. And right in front of him, his Lights Out Esports teammates are all they're all running his paint scheme. Shane Wyatt's going to lead here. He finally gets a nice push from the Chevy of Sean Conklin, but now Rinker and Conklin trying to work their way to the front. The cycling is very, very interesting. You know, you don't want to run single file for too long because, you run a risk of blowing the trucks up. But at the same time, you only want to duck out for air. Going for passes, trying to put yourself in contention early. Seems to be the way they're going. They're completing lap 14. Let's take a look at that second pack and where they're at. There's CJ Muir, the 89. He is at the tail end of the front row of the front pack. Jake Elrod. Ooh, looked out there just a little bit. Kevin Delia there. Here we are. Sitting there taking a look. Here's Michael Newbrow. He is up high, driving the number 56, but he's got the 6 on his new paint scheme. That thing looks nice. Joe Sanchez in 31st. He is just relaxing, kind of chilling. Newington, Connecticut driver. I was going to tell you kind of how many points that driver needs, because he was first in points in the standings. So we will look at that real quick. Trying to be patient, it's what he is, and I take that back to go to a different website. Because our scoring system messed up on sim racing points, and that guy over there hasn't gotten back with us, so the system's messed up. I can't do anything with it, so now we're going to be looking at the truck series. We're going to take a look and see what happened here, and take a look at what our standings are according to Dan Lisa. You can't go wrong with the simplest of things. Joe Sanchez and the 61, they're catching up. Joe Sanchez right now has a 21-point lead over Zach Rinker. Brandon Banks 6 points off of Zach Rinker in third. So Joe Sanchez, in order to not finish in the top 3, would have to not finish the race. Would have to have a DNF. Zachary Lima 21 points up over 21 points behind Brandon Banks. That's going to put, so Brandon Banks right now 27 points behind Joe Sanchez. Joe Sanchez would have to finish basically dead last to not be in the top 3. But he needs to make sure that he's at least within 20 positions of Zach Rinker and lead a lap for him to make sure that he's going to be leading or to win the championship here. If not, Zach Rinker and Brandon Banks, that's going to be the toss-up there. And that's kind of how it's going to look. So keep an eye on your screen. Those three drivers are the drivers to be looking at. Zach Rinker is currently fourth on the outside row with Sean Conklin. If he leads a lap, then he's good to go. Zombie looks good on all of them out there. Thanks, Jay Tweedy. Appreciate you very much. You like to stream it on your big screen, Kara. That's awesome. Thank you for the zombie raids out there. Harlow, Conklin at the bottom. Harlow's inside with nobody. He needs somebody. Here comes Progar. Here comes that zombie. The two Toyotas trying to hook up. Rinker was trying to go to the outside and take somebody with him. Now Rinker has nowhere to go, so that lap that he was trying to lead is not going to be there. Sean Conklin, the youngest driver in Signature Esports, altogether he is leading right here in front of Shane Wyatt, the second oldest driver, I think, or his third oldest, one of the two. Trucks may be the formality for everybody. The 10 of Root, he is really down on that apron. You don't want to get too far down on the apron. One, it really slows you up, but two, you'll catch at the wrong place and you will just throw it for a loop. Shane Wyatt, the young man right there. Let's ride aboard his cockpit view and take a look at what he's got going on there. He's got the Baby Yoda chicken nugget Christmas present. Uni Simracing RMP all over the back of that pickup. Shane Wyatt right there on the bumper. It looks like Roswell Harlow's trying to make moves to Conklin on the outside. This is how close this gets. A little bump draft you must with. He's got it twice up there, three times up there. Top left, top right there on the Christmas present. Good old Sean Conklin. Roswell Harlow to the outside. And comes down to kind of slip in front of the 54. The 70th Progar right there as well. Would that have to be a nearly last place finish, a DNF, or would it need to be a finishing? No, it would be a DNF. A DNF would give a last. A DNF here with the race started would put him. Let's see, it would put him as it stands 38th in points. Would still give him 7 points. So that would he would have literally not had to start the race. So that's how the points would have worked there. Enough points, a point spread right there from first to third. The drivers first through third right now are the drivers racing for a championship. So that'll be three of them. Brandon Banks and Joe Sanchez, they are hooking up. There they are. There's those two drivers right there, the 88. Those guys have finally caught Tony Kivitt and Jason Hastings, the 29 Waffle House, and the Jack and Coke Chevy. All those Chevys right there hooking up, trying to get single file. Michael Newbrow behind Jesse Priest in 25th. These guys are 20 seconds off the race leaders. But I will tell you that it will hurt them a little bit to be that far back, but I will say that they will be able to catch the field if they stay linked up and they continue to run fast laps. But you really need a long push and a long run and maybe run a lap longer than everybody else. Lap 22 being completed, green flag conditions here, and I want to make sure that I don't jinx it, but trucks running 22 laps caution free at Talladega. Got to keep it going. you're having a great time out there, make sure you give us a like, give us a follow. We've got all kinds of signature esports stuff coming up. We've got a new eNASCAR Cup Series. I'm sorry, a new signature eNASCAR series coming up with the Cup cars, Xfinity cars, and the trucks. The Paralyzed Veterans of America Central Florida region is going to be the Cup Series sponsors. Michael Woolley's made some moves. He's doing a great job. Roswell Harlow leading here, and we are going to go sounds of iRacing for a little bit. Oh, looks like pit road's about to get busy. Woo-wee! They're all coming, and they're coming quick, fast, in a hurry. All those checkups right there. CJ Munier's going to lead. Kevin Hayes, Marky Hayes, Daz Hayes, Cody Anderson, those guys are all still out there, so that's how that's going to shake up. It's like Eric Schaefer. Those guys that are 20 seconds off, those guys are going to stay out on the field. And right now, track position is going to be key. Some of the drivers coming off pit road, that's where it's going to get interesting. Because these guys are 20 seconds off or more. And now they're getting up to speed. Zach Flippin, Jared Trainer, Cody Spare, those guys 30 seconds off the pace. Let's go back. Michael Woolley coming back on the racetrack. There is some of the drivers right there. Maybe some splash and goes from a lot of the drivers. I don't see... Nope, I take that back. 4 tires and some changes. These guys wanted it all. Eric Schaefer, Kevin Delia, they move up to 5th. Kevin Hayes, Marquis Harris, they are on pit road right now. There goes Kevin Hayes. CJ Munier's leading out here. The 89 leading out here. That's a different change. Josh Klinger, Jake Elrod on pit road. Looks like Mario Miranda, Shane White, all those guys getting up there. Different kind of strategy going on here. Lap 25 being completed. Green flag conditions. And some drivers still not hitting pit road just yet. So you're seeing them come around. It's like the 29's diving down. There's Brandon Banks. Needs to finish 27 spots above Joe Sanchez. Joe Sanchez there in 9th right now. He is behind the mix. But those guys are running together. Brandon Banks, Joe Sanchez, Tony Kivitt there as well. So they're in 7th and 8th. We're going to see if this is going to work out in their favor because they're going to run an extra lap or two. And I think they're all coming to pit road right now. Looks like Brandon Banks coming to pit road as well. So CJ Munier, Eric Schaefer, Daz Hayes, those guys another lap in. And let's see how the separation might run because that front pack is now fast. Mario Miranda out front with Roswell Harlow the 4th there. Sean Conklin, Shane Wyatt, DJ Thomas. That's going to make up your top 5. Those who haven't heard, Charlie Pride passed away today due to complications of COVID-19. So that is the reason why I'm saying it, because I can say it. Hats off to one of the country music's legends out there. Charlie Pride was a great artist and a pioneer in his day and age. So Charlie Pride, we will miss you, my friend, and hopefully you have a hopefully we'll see you again, and life will be wonderful for you. All right, let's take a look and see how the field is stacking up. Tony Kivitt, Joe Sanchez, and Brandon Banks. So it worked out in their favor that 2 drivers competing for spots in the spots to finish. Brandon Banks and Joe Sanchez are 2 positions out of Joe Sanchez winning the championship. That is if Zach Rinker doesn't lead a lap. Now, that's if Zach Rinker doesn't lead a lap and doesn't finish in first. Zach Rinker right now, 11 spots up from where he started. Biggest mover of the race right now, Shane Wyatt Currently, is what I see, up 21 positions to fourth. He started way back there in 25th. But Zach Rinker, if he finishes first, that's kind of where things would lie. He would win the championship. But I'll tell you two things: don't count out Talladega, and don't count out the race leaders. Right now, Mario Miranda 40 seconds ahead of Joe Sanchez. That is your race leader. There's Cody Kinsey right there. He's kind of fallen in place. Joe Sanchez in 24th with Brandon Banks in 23rd. I don't know how they made it through it, but they did. Hidden catalyst out there. I don't know how they made it. It was just the way it is. Just the way it is. Normally, I'd have the points tracker up like we did with the Cup Series for a few weeks, but because the integration with Sim Racing Points is not working, emailed, and it's just not getting back with me. So that right there is a big issue on my part. I don't like what's going on there. So I don't like to badmouth people or badmouth companies, especially guys who kind of do a lot of things by themselves. I know the feeling of being one of those people that you do a lot of things yourself, but I've been having issues with that guy for a little bit, and I haven't gotten an email back, and I want to be able to use his stuff. It's really cool stuff, and there's something going on there. Anyway, 45 leading the 54. Vocal break coming your way, and I will leave it on what's going on here. All right, folks, we're back at it. And to give me something to drink there. Long week of broadcasting. And we've got one more day left. That's going to be Roll Racing Online Dirt Street Stock Series, UMPs, and Modifieds tomorrow. I think we were talking about doing some bid blocks as well. So, Dirt Series action, that's coming up here tomorrow. Make sure you tune into that. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. Special thank you to all the people who have followed us and made it over the first 7 to 8 months absolutely wonderful, and we appreciate you guys doing what you do. Just to think that just 4 short little months ago, The signature eNASCAR series got underway with the Cup Series, and now we are starting bigger and brighter and newer things and a whole lot of fun. Just a whole lot of things that are coming up, and just going to be great. Another race coming up on Monday that I'm going to be calling for you is the Toys for Tots Cash Race. That's going to be broadcasted on these platforms, of course. The Toys for Tots Cash Race, a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful event. They're going to split some lap traffic right there. K to Z. I take that back. Kato's Glassworks. That is Brian Double Trouble Dublé up there up top. He is just going to ride along with them. He's going to go a lap down. But that can very easily be gotten back pretty easily if something happens with the drivers. Sean Conklin right behind Eddie Hawks. That is what the running order is right now. Hawks, Conklin, Mirinda, Harlow, Bates, Wyatt, Thomas, Rinker, Young, and Woolley. Looks like that's going to be your top 10 right now. Woolley having a little bit of blink going on right there. Raymond Root in 11th. He started there on the front row, or near the front row. He's off 9 positions from where he started. Pole sitter Roswell Harlow in 4th, catching a little bit of air. And separation for a good little pack right there. So lap traffic's going to fall in line. That's how it's going to look. Jay Twitty, appreciate you out there on Twitch. Thanks for chatting it up out there. Remember, chat it up. The more chats that you get, the more things that you interact with, the more that we are a viable part of the esports community. And of course, you guys see all my fun little games I stream. Phasmophobia is kind of like my new thing. I love doing, and did some a 7.5 hour broadcast of Cyberpunk 2077. That was a lot of fun. I got immersed in it too. It took me 5.5 hours to get to the credits, to the opening scene sequence, and only to find out that I get shot in the head, and I don't want to spoil too much for you, but it's interesting for sure. And good on Keanu Reeves for getting in there and playing one of the main characters, one of the main guys in it. That was super awesome. And to hear him get in there and call you a bunch of profanities. 36 laps in, we're green flag racing, and man, oh man, I'm excited. We're going to see how this one ends up, how it's going to finish. And before we end the race, I will have the totals. I will take the race results, and I will plug them in, and I will give you a champion based off of the points. I want to make sure it's accurate, because normally it would update for me and I'd be able to have it all on our website, but Dan Lisa, they do something different, so I re-inputted all the points into Dan Lisa. It gave me an updated total, and I will have that total at the end of the race. We'll have a champion. We will also have a race winner, and that's going to be exciting, because Eddie Hawks Simworks, driving a Budweiser scheme all over that number 45. He has Hawks Simworks, and you get a hold of Eddie Hawks. He is absolutely awesome. You would never think that this driver right here, a 57-year-old from Sanford, he is using thumb controls right now because he is wheelchair bound, and he absolutely drives like you would think he was sitting in a full automated sim rig. Absolutely wonderful. All right, make sure you give us a like, give us a follow, give us a share, give us all that stuff out there. Share us to all your favorite platforms. Put it on your Facebook page. Invite all of your friends to like or follow Signature Esports. You can do that by simply going to signatureesports.com. Find the invite friends to like this page and do it yourself as well. And just select all your friends. Spam them. Get them all over here. We want them to watch what you're watching. All right, this will be one of the last times I do it for the year, for 2020, and I have to give a big special thank you to this guy. This is Austin Harger. He is with Bulldog Sports Cards and Collectibles. He is absolutely an amazing person, and I will tell you that he is also donating toy to give away that Santa Claus is going to give away on Monday during our cash race. That's going to be roughly about 6:30 Eastern. That's when we're going to throw it up, and you'll be able to catch that live. We don't normally broadcast on Mondays, and I try to push that time to other leagues that are out there and follow those guys and be a part of that. But we're going to do that. Half of the proceeds that these drivers have paid in are going to go to Toys for Tots. We've had some people offer to match the total that the drivers have put in, and that's where we're going to be at with that. So that's going to be an awesome thing that we're going to be doing on Monday, and Santa Claus is going to give away a toy from Bulldog Sports Cards and Collectibles. Very cool little STEM Academy construct. It's like a Lego construction thing. It's super awesome. I've got links to it on our Facebook page. Go like and share that. You'll have an opportunity to donate as well during the stream, and everything that we do, we're gonna take to our local Toys for Tots representative over here in the Lake of the Ozarks. We're gonna donate a nice fat check to them. So that's what we're gonna be doing. Kids that need toys for Christmas, and the United States Marine Corps has been a part of that organization since its very, very founding. So absolutely wonderful. That's a good segue for that man right there. But as we do it, it is time for the Bulldogs sound of iRacing. can find Bulldog Sports Cards and Collectibles on Facebook, on eBay, and, of course, on Amazon. Go and reach out to Austin. He's such a great guy, and we appreciate everything that young man is doing and what he is being a part of. Looks like the 36, the 53, and the 89 trying to go around. Kind of confused on why they didn't take the 89 with him. There's Eddie Hawks. He is the race leader. Lap traffic in front of him. Looks like some separation going on from the drivers right there. That's pit road exit on the backstretch right there. So the 36 and the 53 are now leading the leader around. Cody Spare right there in 27th. He has got the 53 of Kevin Delia right behind him. We appreciate all the guys running my pin scheme, running my logo on that. I appreciate all those guys. They're absolutely wonderful. Little single file action. It does look like the 89 of Munier, he was going places there, and he was almost going to the front. He slips behind Roswell Harlow in 5th place, but Eddie Hawks now in the draft of 2 other drivers seemingly to be faster than the race leaders right now. So they ran their laps. They're patiently waiting. 47 laps in, and we're going to start seeing green flag pit cycles happen again right here. The Jinx Talladega 265, and that, of course, nice Australian company. Go find them, jinxshifters.com. 54 dives off, 45 dives off. More than Miranda, Roswell Harlow going to stay out there. The 2 race leaders coming to pit road at the same time. A whole bunch of people coming off. Looks like the 45 comes off track just a little bit right there, but nothing doing, not that big of a deal. They're coming to pit road. Looks like Mario Miranda's going to be leading. And it looks like Roswell Harlow is going to be right behind him. So the drivers out front of the race leaders right now, they're going to utilize that draft for a little bit. 36 and the 53 have a Ford and a Toyota behind them. The Super Mario Brothers, Mario Miranda here with the Till Valhalla Project. Snap-on 65. Munier there in 3rd. Bates in 4th. Wyatt in 5th. Takes for them to come around. First car off the lead lap right now, Jesse Priest, but he's there in the mix. The outside line run. He's got Kevin Hayes right behind him at 51. So once those guys dip off on the pit road, you're going to see these guys get back on the lead lap. And it's going to be a big battle because the outside line of that whole group is coming. And they're coming fast. Kind of like what happened with the 53. And the 36. The 36 and the 53, they're in front of the race leaders. There was an opportunity there for those guys to run away with it. And now that lap traffic is seemingly caught back up with the race leaders and kind of slowing the pace. 53 dives off. Miranda dives off. Munier's going to lead around. It looks like Munier's going to stay out. And that's how you disrupt the flow. As now the 36 leading them around, but CJ Munier is going to be your race leader as they come around. Daz Hayes in 2nd. I forget where Daz told me he was from. I wonder if it's on his. It might be on it. Let's take a look. There's his driver details. It is not. I forget. Apologies, Daz. I know that you're somewhere overseas and you stink. Or actually, I think this might be daytime for you. Munier, Hayes. Oh, Munier gets a little bump. They're trying to come to pit road. 00. Brian DeBlay is going to make another lap around. Munier coming to pit road. Roberge, he is coming back around kind of by himself right here. He pitted on lap 25, so he is going to be kind of off of what's going on. Roswell Harlow. He's got Shane Wyatt right there in the mix. Mario Miranda's there as well, so those drivers are going to have to get single file. He came in, took 4 tires, and some Sunoco fuel. Actually, I think Roswell came in. He took full fuel, but only took 2 tires. The 12:63 on his lap time would suggest that. 14 seconds the average for most of the drivers. You think Bryant's in the wrong spot? Nah, he's just trying to race. Tony Kivet on pit road. Bad camera angle. We're looking at the car haulers. The Jack and Coat looks like he's going to get right sides, and that's it. Left sides. There it is. There they are. Drivers on pit road. Daz Hayes, he was your race leader. He is coming on pit road right now, stopping his stop. Chris Roberge, he's coming around. He is leading. Looks like he is coming to pit road as well. There is the 96. He's on pit road. Roswell, Harlow, and the LOE crew. There they are. The Toyota, the Ford, and another Toyota. They're leading around onto the front stretch. It's like they're going to have some company in the form of what's going on there. Hayes and Wyatt trying to make up some ground as they come around. There are 4 drivers out there by themselves. Roswell, Harlow, the 4th, Mario Miranda, Shane Wyatt, Brad Young. That's going to be the top 4 right there. And Eddie Hawks, he's got a group flowing with him there as well, trying to merge up into traffic. Chris Bates, the 26, he is there. Jim the Donkey is his sponsor, his spotter. He does not have to have anybody there. The 53, Kevin Delia, he's right there with the race leaders. He's a lap down. He would be your proverbial lucky dog if a caution came out right now. But Tony Kivet is trying to get in the mix as well. So there is Joe Sanchez and Brandon Banks. They've been running 2-car tandems all race long. There's Cody Anderson at the tail end with Sean Conklin of the 21 and 22 place positions. Aaron Mack, the 21, he is in 20th. He's got the 70 of Progar in front of him, the Zombie Inc. Toyota Tundra. And in front of him, that's going to be Chris Roberge. But Chris Roberge now getting back in the mix. He's going to be still on the lead lap, but he is definitely behind with the driver. So we're going to see how it swings out. Off pit laps. That's what's changed everything. No caution so far. 53 laps in, and I can only talk so much, folks. Local break coming up. I've got sponsors. We're going to go over them.
Team that crosses the line in P1. As a business owner, the fine line between success and failure is making smart decisions. One of the smartest decisions is hiring the right financial partner to help you run and grow your business. That's where KSDT CPA has got you covered. Whether it's taxes, audit, or consulting, KSDT is a full-service CPA and advisory firm that can handle all of your accounting and business needs to help you achieve all of your goals. Follow KSDT CPA on all of the social channels today, or go to ksdtcpa.com to find out more information. KSDT CPA is recognized by Forbes as one of America's top tax firms for 2020 and is a frequent sponsor of the Truck, Xfinity, and NASCAR Cup Series. If you're looking for fast, reliable, and trusted auto transportation, look no further than Black Horse Auto Transport. Whether your vehicle's running or not, let us haul your classic, exotic, or luxury vehicle today. Whether it's across town or across the country, Black Horse Auto Transport has all of your needs. Find us on Facebook at Black Horse Auto Transport or give us a call at area code 704-308-7740.
Big special thank you, Ryko. To Ryko out there, of course, Ryko Paints and Setups. You go find out more information about them. They hit all the Facebook pages out there. Black Horse Auto Transport, of course, not only sponsors for vehicles and teams out there, but also sponsors, likes to sponsor our road races out there. So thank you to Todd Klinger and all the guys out there. Alan Kinkle over at KSDT CPA sponsored a couple of races, and my courtesy to them was for putting their faith in us because of how much they're involved in the real world NASCAR circuits. It's good to see that they support not just the little guy, but sim racing in general, because sim racing is very difficult for people to be like, all right, is this a real thing? You know, it kind of seems like a farce or whatnot. But I will tell you that I've had nothing but wonderful responses and growth with being a part of iRacing. Not only broadcasting races, but being a part of other leagues and helping them grow. And it's just been great. And it's a part of a wonderful future. And I'm excited to grow. That's what's great about this, is I'm very excited to grow. I'm very excited to be in the mix. So a lot of fun to have. Everybody's having a great time. And folks come and go, and it's just kind of it is. You know, we like to have fun, and we like to make sure that we keep everybody up to date and informed on what we're doing, and you know, that's where we're at. Eddie Hawks out front, Dan Fowley, and then the 105 there trying to gain some ground, but he's got some trouble in front of him, and that is in the form of a car that seems to be blinking a little bit. I'm not sure who that is. It looks like Jared Trainer, and Jared Trainer might have to check his connection and pull off track, because there he is. He seems to be blinking too much. He's in the mix right there, and that might just be the fact that he's got a lot going on around him, and now the outside line seems to be where it's going to be. So he'll have to get off pace with the drivers, fall back in line, and make sure that his connection stays good, and then try it again here in just a little bit. I know he's trying to be on the lead lap right there, and the last thing you want to do is get into somebody and ruin their race. DJ Thomas there, he's doing a fantastic job. Good to see him up front. Still relative to where he started 5th. Roswell Harlow is off 5 positions. He was your pole sitter. With DJ Thomas right there with CJ Munier up 15 positions. He is up there outside line. Does look like we have intermingled lap traffic in the mix. The 61 is there of Mason Flippin. Mason has helped out write some articles for Signature Esports, and if you want to be a part of that, I'm always looking for people to write things and throw them up on our website. You just get a hold of me on Facebook or email, one of the two. Lap 61 being completed under green flag conditions, and that big group right there, that's where they're at. Joe Sanchez. And this 4-pack of group right here, there's the 88, the 55, the 54 of Sean Conklin right there. He's in 23rd. It looks like Conklin I don't know if he fell off pace or what was going on there, but not far off of him is Cody Anderson. There's the number 32. It's good to see Cody Anderson out there running again. So these drivers trying to catch the front pack, and they are doing so. Last lap for those drivers, faster than the leaders. They're 52.49 for those drivers, and the race leader of Eddie Hawks ran a 53.83, so a second at a time. Slowly but surely, these guys are catching them. So we're seeing the 88 and the 55 run together, and I think that's their strategy. Just run and be patient. Know that their pit cycle is where they're going to have to be. Last pit stop for those guys on lap 49. Chris Roberge pitted on lap 51. So Chris Roberge and Josh Klinger. That's Josh Klinger. Oh, Daz Hayes. I take that back. Daz Hayes. All these guys pitted on lap 51 on the lead lap. Brian Dublé, Brian Dublé and Zach Flippin pitted on lap 50. So if they're going in 25 lap stints and cycles, three wide racing for the front right there. Oh man, that was a little bit of a dip dive dodge, and you know the routine. If you can't dodge a wrench, you can't dodge a dodgeball. Man, oh man, three wide up front. 53 had the 61 right behind him. 61 of Mason Flippin trying to get back on the lead lap. He is going to be the first car off the lead lap. Trying to pull the 105 of Brad Young around with him. Brad Young up 14 positions. Using the outside line as a crutch. CJ Munier there as well. If lap traffic can hold their line and they're only a lap down because of positioning during pit stop strategy, well then, use them. Move to the front. Get them going. Man, oh man, they're on a roll. The Eddie Hawk still leading around right here. Brad Young trying to push the 61 out front so that he can clear. Little skedaddle going on. Skadoosh. Oh, nice job from the 53. He gets down with some lap traffic right there. The 105 doesn't have anywhere to go. That would have been his chance to lead right there. And as things progress, he's going to lead. He might lead the lap here, but Eddie Hawks is pulling within the 53. The 61 and the 53 trying to run better laps. 105 is going to lead that lap of Young, so he's going to get credit for a lap led. But right behind him, CJ Munier trying to get them. They're neck and neck from first on back. The two cars in front of the 45 and the 63 of Dan Fowley. Those guys are lap cars trying to stay on the lead lap and trying to get around. They just seem to be running faster than the leaders. Leaders seem to be separating, and now that's where things are going to change for Joe Sanchez and Brandon Banks. 51.76 for... I'm sorry, 52.56 for Banks and Sanchez. That was their last lap. DJ Thomas, his last lap was a 52.35. And now I do believe that the 53.5 mark is what they're kind of running. So they continue to run. Sanchez and Banks, they're going to catch him. They're roughly about 23 seconds off of the leaders and closing. Take a look at the battle box for you right there. There is 10 of them displayed. I do believe that's how that's going to, there it is. 10 displayed. There's Flippin and Delia up front, 61 and the 53. But Hawks, Young, Munier, Fowley, Thomas, Harris, Harlow, Miranda. That's going to be the top 8 right there. And the 105 not giving up. Young trying to hold on to the lead on the outside line. Has CJ Munier there with him. And then the Menards 31 of Mark E. Harris. We haven't heard a lot about. We haven't really heard a lot about Mark, even though Mark has been very much in the mix. He's been competing. Mark Harris what a great guy. He's like he's one of those silent guys that you just gotta continue to hold on to and know that he's there. OCR driver, Oceanside Cleaners, I believe that's Matt. That's not. I'm backwards. Marky Harris. There he is. Mark Harris. Trying to hold on to third with Brad Young and CJ Munier there to the outside line. Outside line working. The 105 is going to slip down in front and hold a firm lead, but CJ Munier has company in the form of the 31, and now lap traffic stuck inside all of that grip. They were leading out front, and that outside line seems to be the line that's working. Lap 68 being completed, green flag conditions. Continue to move forward. There they go, all the way down the back stretch. Two drivers stuck on the outside. They need that third. That third is what holds that line together. Brad Young leading around Talladega. No cautions so far. And we're waiting on the big one. We're counting on the big one because I have to give a helicopter award to somebody. You can't just have a race at Talladega without having the helicopter award. Thank you, J20 out there on Twitch. Appreciate the comments. Kara, of course, out there on YouTube. And all of you out there watching on Facebook, make sure you give us some love. All right. Where are they at? Brandon Banks, Joe Sanchez, now within striking distance. They've got a group of 7 drivers leading themselves very, very fast around the racetrack. Very, very low on the racetrack as well. Brad Young ran a 52.97 on the last lap. Brandon Banks and company ran a 52.31. And so they are still catching the race leaders. They were 23 just 2 laps ago, 23 seconds off. They are 21.5 seconds off right now. And you see the relative to the drivers in front of them, it is shrinking. Trainer on pit road. Does look like that he is in there. I'm not sure if he's pitting or what he's doing. But you see Jason Hastings, he's a part of that. There's Kevin Hayes there as well. There is a group that they are catching 7 seconds off. And they're going to utilize that line. It looks like some of those drivers they're running faster times. And that's how you do it. You get in the pack, you keep on going, and you work it until you can't work it anymore. Brad Young leading here, lap 70 of 100. At least one more green flag pit stop in for most of the drivers. Actually, pretty much all of the drivers that are out there. They have to come in at least one more time. Some of these drivers have to come in 2 more times. Isaac, what's going on, my friend? Appreciate you. Thank you for the like out there. I do believe my things are working. Sweet. Took a minute. Man, oh man. Brad Young, 105, signature eNASCAR Truck Series. Somebody's going to be a champion here. No cautions so far. But the race isn't over. Isaac, yep, I try to talk up everybody's race. So if I'm doing a race prior to your race, I try to make sure that we talk up the Midwest Days of Thunder whenever I'm doing something on a Monday or a Tuesday. I want people to continuously tune in. Now, our Cup Series over to the Signature eNASCAR Cup Series, it's done for a few weeks through the holidays, outside of the holidays, and we're going to do some fun broadcasts. So we do have Monday's race, which is a classic little cash race that we're going to be doing for Toys for Tots. But I'll just have to find other ways to keep people enticed and ready to roll. Tomorrow morning, I do believe we're doing a Rocket League tournament. I think that's going to be happening. I'm going to try to, for the first time, broadcast a Rocket League tournament. That's going to be something around, I think it's at 10 Eastern or 11 Eastern, something like that. 105 coming to pit road. First car to come to pit road, lap 72. DJ Thomas now out front. Roswell Harlow not far off. People peeling off right there. DJ Thomas, the 15. That's my boy. That's my number. Not my boy, but that's my number. He's driving my number. 15 out front. I like seeing it. So it looks like 25 laps is the cap for most drivers. And so we're going to start seeing some of these guys come to pit road. I, on the other hand, if I'm in the draft, I would have pushed it 25 or 26 laps. I would have tried to do as best as I could to come around and be a part of it. Because right now, as pit cycles would stand, Brandon Banks and Joe Sanchez have caught the field a little bit. They are now in 15th place. That is that group right there you see. You got Joe Sanchez, Sean Conklin, Chris Roberge, Progars there. They're coming to pit. Looks like they're coming to pit road now on lap 74 or 73 for them. Apologies about that. They cross the line. It will be lap 74 completed for them. So DJ Thomas, he's going to be out front. There's that big group of drivers. I think they short pitted to try to make it last as long as possible. Thomas pitted on lap 49. Harlow, Miranda, Wyatt, Munier, Bates, Woolley. All these guys pitted on lap 49. There's Rinker in 8th place. Markey Harris, Raymond Root, Josh Klinger. I do think that you can go 26 laps on the tires, but I am not counting out a caution. I don't like Fortnite, J Twitty. I don't mind doing them. I just don't like the game. It's nothing against. It's nothing. It's just not my cup of tea. I play Apex Legends and I tried my hand at Fortnite. I wasn't too thrilled with it. Not that there's anything wrong with the game for anybody else out there. It's just not my cup of tea. But if everybody has good ideas and I can broadcast it, then I'm all for it. If you want to be a part of the Signature Esports Rocket League tournament out there, just go to Rocket League and look in hosted tournaments. It is open to the public. All you have to do is register. Or I think you can register teams. Thomas out front. Harlow's going to lead another lap. He's going to be another lap around right there as well. CJ Munier there in the mix. 25 laps to go here at Talladega. And this is where it's going to start shaking up, because now, right behind the leaders, you have a ton of drivers pulling it in. Tony Kivitt, Michael Newbrow, those guys are lap down. Brandon Banks there a lap down as well. Joe Sanchez, that group in code, trying to get back into the mix. People kind of coming up in front of them right there, though. They're going to get back single file. Conklin getting a shove right there, or give it a shove right there into Joe Sanchez. That is immense. So here's how that's going to line back out. These drivers are going to go back to kind of finding their places. Miranda and Harlow coming to pit road. I do believe Thomas is on as well. Hayes, he's going to be coming around in 11th place. Looks like he's coming to pit road. Chris Roberge, he's coming around lap 51. Brad Young, first car that has fresh tires and three cars to be running with. It's Brad Young, Dan Falley, Eddie Hawks, all of those drivers right there in the mix. Eric Schaefer is in 4th. Josh Klinger right behind him, trying to catch up to him, trying to get in the draft. Michael Newbrow and company. Those guys are in 18th. Michael Newbrow has a little rear damage. He's behind Jesse Priest and all those guys right there. Joe Sanchez, Sean Conklin. Sanchez going to lead around right here. 24 laps to go. Needs all the positions that he can get because he is trying to win the Signature eNASCAR Truck Series Championship. Jeannie, good to see you out there. That's the battle box right there on the bottom right of your screen of where everybody's at, who's in front of who is doing what. These are the drivers, the battle for 18th.
not really a battle. They're just trying to run. Sanchez, it's like he was cycling out. I think he wants to stay in the draft. They want to save as much fuel as possible. There's the 54 and the 70, so the 55 is going to dive right back in there. He needs to save as much as fuel as possible, so being in the draft is so much better for the drivers right there. Oh, first caution comes out. Mason flipping. So that's going to tighten the pack back up. First caution of the race. And oh, Mason, my goodness, buddy. All right, we got to back up. I don't know how that happened. All right, so there's Mason flipping right there. That's the 61. So right here, he is right behind Michael Woolley. Oh, the 63 came down, and they thought he was clear. Oh, whole lot of net code there. Woo! Man, oh, man. And guess what? 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 Guess what?
I love it.
Bam! Mason flipping.
Gets the helicopter award.
First caution of the race happens 1 hour, 14 minutes, 39 seconds into the race. And that, of course, on lap number 76, as I'm looking at it over here. Your race leader right now, and so nobody has to come to pit road now. So now we are for sure good on fuel. Mario Miranda is going to be the race leader. Roswell Harlow is going to restart inside, outside, depending on how they look at it. It looks like Brad Young is going to be there in third. Brad Young coming to pit road, though. DJ Thomas, the 15, is going to reassume that.
It's like Michael Woolley is there in third now.
Lucky Dog waiting for the waiver round there, I believe. Who's going to be your lucky dog? Dan Fowley, Eddie Hawks, Eric Schaefer, Josh Klinger, Michael Newbrow. All those guys coming to pit road. Conklin, Hayes. It's like Sanchez, Banks, Chris Roberge, Aaron Mack, Shane Wyatt. Those guys going to make sure that they're going to be good on fuel. There's Cody Anderson. He's going to be coming around. I think that was your lucky dog right there. And, of course, for the last time this season, I've got to do this. Lucky Dog, brought to you by Six Rings Racing. Go check them out on all your social platforms. And man, oh man, that stuff does happen. Mason Flippin gets the helicopter award. Last one of the signature eNASCAR series for 2020. But I tell you what, it's still kind of what it is. All right. So all those cars that were so spaced out are all going to be jam-packed together once again. And man, oh man, it's about to get fun. Mario Miranda, Roswell Harlow, Michael Woolley, DJ Thomas, Chris Bates, Raymond Roots, CJ Munier, Zach Rinker, Mark E. Harris, and Daz Hayes. That's going to be your top 10 as it stands. And everybody behind those guys came in and got some fresh fuel, got some tires. Shane Wyatt wanted some position with some Aaron Mack. I think they came in and just got a little bit of a top off. Bosley out there. Bosley Games on YouTube. Yeah, he's running really good. He's running my number. He better be running good. I hold high expectations. High expectations for my number. You'd love to see some COTA racing. NASCAR decided to go with full course too. Yeah. I see that stuff coming out. What do you guys think about the brand new super speedway, the iRacing Speedway? 3-mile racetrack where they take all the restrictor plates off kind of everything. And yeah, 247 miles an hour. I think that's what I saw somebody post in one of the Discords or something like that. That's insane. 98 at Miranda's going to be your race leader. He's going to start on the inside. Roswell Harlow's going to be there on the outside. Now, here's the secret to this place. Yes, all of our starts and restarts are on the green flag. Most people know that. If you don't know that, now you do. But you don't want to jump the restart. It's the one thing that you don't want to do. And now, with 20 laps to go, somebody's going to get... I don't know if they're going to be aggressive, but they've got to be in contention and they've got to be up in place. Rinker in 8th place right now on the outside row in that 60 machine. So far, so good. Brandon Banks needs to finish for 2nd place, needs to finish 7 spots ahead of Rinker. And that's how that looks right there. So, but if not, still 1, 2, 3 finish for the top 3. We took points as they are right now. Sanchez in 22nd. He would win the championship. But he is not there yet. Pace car is going to dive off. Fred the flagman high above the stands in the Geico restart zone here at Talladega in iRacing form. Only one caution, but I bet we have another. Cody Kinsey out there, Joe Sanchez for the win. Green. They are through the gears and off like a prom dress. They are rocking and rolling. Here they go. Green flag racing here at Talladega. Mario Miranda to the outside, or to the inside. Harlow to the outside. Woolley trying to put his bumper, making that flash going. CW all over it. There it is. Woolley, great driver. Has had some computer issues. Has had some things going on in his neck of the woods, but don't count him out. When things are running smooth for him, he is ready to rock and roll. He locks it in, gets underneath the bumper, and he's going to give you a shove around the track that you wish you had had at the beginning, so that way you were 10,000 laps ahead. There goes Woolley to the back bumper of Miranda. Harlow trying to find a way to get that thing single file, but double file from everywhere on back. The 98 Miranda's going to lead around here. 19 laps to go as they come across the stripe. 18 laps to go here at Talladega. Woo! Crossover. Somebody just crossed over in front of the 55 of Sanchez right there, and that looked to be the number 1 of Shane Wyatt. I don't know if he was trying to slow progress or what he was trying to do. Chris Roberge right there on the back bumper of him, though. So that's where that's going to happen. The 55 of Joe Sanchez trying to win a championship here at Talladega with the SETS, the signature eNASCAR Truck Series. Getting a shove around the track, just needs to finish and finish well. Somebody's going to win the race. Somebody's going to win the championship. Mario Miranda there has Roswell Harlow to the outside. Woolley in the inside, 2x2 from 1 on back from the front row. Look at him go. Here comes the speed again. Gander Mountain Truck Series 15, 13 side drafting each other. Somebody trying to get an inch. Somebody trying to gain that mile. Who's going to do it? It doesn't look like anybody's going to do it. A little wiggling on the outside line. Inside line seems to be a little bit more stable. But, you know, when you're trying to push these trucks as fast as they can go around this track, eventually Somebody's going to make that move, and somebody's going to have to get air because there's the 13. He peeks his nose out just a little bit to the inside of the 98. Bumper-to-bumper traffic all the way down into the tri-oval on the front stretch of Talladega. The 65 of Harlow clears the 98. Now the 15 trying to lead here. He's got the 10 of Root right behind him. They're running like a runaway bride. 3 wide. They're on third lane action. There they go. The 60 of Rinker trying to make something happen. He's got Eric Schaefer there behind him. Running. There they are. Schaefer not going to have it. Rinker's going to be left high and dry to the outside. Not going to be there. Rinker trying to pull somebody with him. Nobody there for Rinker. Outside line forming, though. There they go. They are running all the way through. Nothing doing for Zach Rinker. He's going to lose some spots. There to his inside is going to be his next competitor. And that's going to be the 96 of Chris Roberge. Back there, what action is going on? Zach Rinker dropping like a bad habit. Not looking good. He needs to fall back in line if he's going to have any form of getting up there. Chris Robert's there, and now he slips back in. So now he's got an opportunity to catch back up into the draft and move forward. Sometimes you just got to move. Joe Sanchez trying to race his way in for a championship. And now all that he has to do is finish right where he is at. And he will be the SETS champion, the Truck Series champion. DJ Thomas to the outside. He's got Roswell Harlow there to the inside, running around turn 3 into turn 4. Man, oh man, look at the action. Look how fast they're going. Stability seems to be right there and playing to the outside lane. 65, 98, 15. And it does look like, oh no, a little bit loose from the 42. Woo, nice save. And that's just going to advance some positions. Sanchez gets through it. Let's see if the other playoff drivers get through it. That's what I'm kind of worried about. Rinker drops down. He gets behind his teammate, the one of Shane Wyatt. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Rinker right there with Wyatt inside row, and now the distance is minus 7 points. 55 has Roberge to the backside, one of the best pushers in the field. He also has Falley in front of him, so he's going to be able to follow them to the front. Look at that run going. There goes the 55. He's going to carry a little outside lane speed. Breaking off caution's going to come out. And man, oh man, somebody went off track. Where did that go? What happened there? I don't know. Is that Aaron Mack involved in that? Let's take a look. Oh, it was 105. Got a little bit loose. 21. That's going to be where it turns. Caution's going to come out. That's what happened. That's what caused it. He was right there in the mix. iRacing saw it. Boom, caution. That's what happens. Woo. Ugh. Somebody said, tax out there on YouTube, I want to puke. I'm kind of getting the same way. I'm like, not a big one, though. It wasn't a big one. Such a great track. Has bits and pieces of so many great tracks. Yes. This whole thing is just absolutely thrilling. Dan Falley was going places. Chris Bates, I think he's our biggest mover of the race right now. Let me go back. We're going to double check. There he is. Jim the Donkey Bates Motel number 26. I can't believe I'm saying that. He is up 21 positions to 8th place, started 29th. Roswell Harlow the 4th, back where he started. But he's going to have some luck. He's going to have Mario Miranda right behind him. Michael Woolley pulls off track, 13. Kind of wondering if he was coming in for fuel or if he's just kind of moving his way back. Pointers Motor Supply. That's Kelly out there. Kelly, how are you doing, buddy? How to know you have a good set of drivers. 90% of other leagues would have wrecked the field there. You know? I agree. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Roswell Harlow, the race leader. Thomas, Miranda, Root, Conklin, Schaefer, Bates, Munier, Fowley, Harris. And I have gone away from in-race interviews because every time I do it, jinx somebody. So I don't want to do that. We're just going to let it play out the way it's supposed to. We just do the after-race interviews. That's what we do. Next season, though, different story. Next season, we got all kinds of new stuff. Fantastic. Kelly Pointer out there. He, KPTV, I believe that's your Twitch channel, correct? He, roots and cheers me on, puts stars out there on Facebook for me. I think you get a weekly goal for doing that. I was looking at that stuff. You guys you get a streak or something like that. It's been pretty cool. I kind of dig that stuff, and the more and more I learn about how I'm becoming a video game creator, influencer / producer / all the stuff that I've normally done, but now gaining traction and building something as of a platform here, the more I'm learning about how those things impact what you do. They've got enough fuel to go to the end. 12 laps to go. And Roswell Harlow is going to be the race leader. Absolutely. KPTV, go follow Kelly out there on Twitch. And this guy, Pointers Motor Supply, is there on YouTube. I bet that's your channel. You can go give him a like on there as well. And go follow him on Facebook. That guy's awesome. Kelly's amazing. He's one of my top fans. My biggest top fan, I believe, is Yaya's wife. I think she's number one on the list right now. I can't remember. And then, our future wife, I'm sorry, they are engaged to be married. Even though you might as well just call it that. You guys are wonderful people, wonderful human beings. Daryl Padgett's up there, my buddy, my friend. Joe over at Phillip, Let's Have a Beer. She is up there now. She got a milestone yesterday, so she is about to get that top fan badge, and it's good to see her doing that. She is striving for those achievements, and I love it. I hope everybody's out there having a great night, and after this, you won't see us on Wednesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays for a little bit as far as iRacing goes. Midwest Days of Thunder is going to continue to run on Fridays. We are going to be switching things up, though. The Truck Series is going to start running on Thursday nights. Friday nights we'll have the Xfinity Series for us over at Signature eNASCAR. And then also on Saturday, we're going to have that big build-up to the Saturday race, and that's going to be huge for us. So it was to the point where we were getting our views Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then it was slowing down for us on Saturday. Now it's kind of flipped on us. So we want to switch it up. We want to build up to the Premier Series. Don't get me wrong, this race has gone fantastic, and I expect it. Even if they wreck 2 more times, it's been great. I mean, they ran 70 laps, or 73 laps, 74 laps, green flag. That's amazing. So absolutely wonderful to see these guys hold it together for that long, and what a race it's been. And when we go back to green flag conditions, when Fred drops the green flag one more time, we're going to have 10 laps to go. Pace cars diving off into pit road. It is Harlow, Thomas, Miranda, and Root. That's going to be the front 2 rows. And then you're going to have the 54 and the 3 of Schaefer there. The 26, the 89, the 63, and the 31. That's going to make up the first 5 rows. Wyatt has the 96 there. And man, oh man, oh man, somebody's going to make some moves. Green, green, green all the way through. Harlow out front, pushed by the 98, the 15, not giving up. He is going to be pushing. I'm secretly rooting for the 15 because it's my number. Twitch Cincy boy out there, just get with us in the Discord. And it should have been, I think it's in there. I think I already put it in there. If you're part of the Rocket League portion of our Discord, go for it. Harlow, Miranda, Conklin. Conklin's moved his wolf back up there. Look at that boy go. 26 of Bates right behind him. 15 of Thomas to the outside. Coming around with the green flag conditions. Everybody's up to speed. Sanchez inside the top 10. He cracked the top 10 for the first time. The 98 of Miranda going to the outside. He just kind of drove it up in front of the 15. Kind of almost wrecked the field there. Whoa, 3 wide. Sanchez there. Holy cow, there they go. You knew it was coming. The 10 has an outside line run. There's the 89. The 3 of Schaefer is up there. They have got to get compact, and they have got to fall in line. Dip, dodge, dive, duck, dodgeball. Schaefer in and out just a little bit right there, but that's all right. Harlow still leads. Marina to the outside. There's the 15. The 60 of Raker there in 8th place. Needs to win the race. And Sanchez needs to finish a lot further back for him to win the signature eNASCAR Truck Series Championship. 8 laps to go here at Talladega. iRacing Spectacular, the signature eNASCAR Truck Series Championship. Jinx Shifters. Go to Jinx, Jinx Shifters.com to find out more information about those guys. Sanchez drops down. He's going to fall in line to the low line right there. He has Eddie Hawks in front of him. The 60 is there as well. The 98 falling off pace. He slipped out front in front of the 15. And that right there didn't do anything good for anybody. The 26 drives up. One of Wyatt's going to replace the 26. And they're just kind of going to drive away. 54 giving a great push to Harlow right there to the inside. It's going to choke up the line there, and they're going to fall into place, running faster, of course, faster lap times on the inside. You see how that's working for him. 7 laps to go. The Talladega 260. I'm sorry, the 265. 2.65 miles around. And the impatience starts. They got to do this. You're right. He said 9 more laps out there. Now we're to 7. Schaefer to the outside. The patience can be there. A push from the 98. The 26 of Bates to the front. Into the tri-oval. Bates going to try to bring Miranda with him. Is that going to be the case? Is he going to be able to clear? He's going to be able to clear. The 26 drops down with the 98 of Miranda. Miranda does not clear the 65. Ooh, man, that was dicey. 26 up high. Miranda up high into the wall. That's going to choke everything up. Everything's checking up. 3 wide, 4 wide everywhere. Holy goodness gracious, look at him go on the backstretch. That is absolutely thrilling to see. Man, oh man, what talent it took for those drivers right there. 26, caution comes out. Brandon Banks involved there. Here is Brandon Banks. Oh, a little shot from the 105. Man, oh man. Oh, man, oh man. Caution comes out. Brandon Banks lifted and turned. Here is Brandon Banks, and I believe that was the 105 right behind it. We were just talking about this. We're going to look at Brad Young's cockpit view right here. Here's what happened. He got into the back bumper, and then boom. Boom. And he's still loose. Trying to hold on to it right there. Man. Unfortunate circumstances. What does that change?
We won't know till the end.
Hey, you know what? On the screen, what does that say?
I'm just going off what iRacing tells me. 2.65 mile track. Not trying to prove anybody wrong. Just saying, hidden catalyst out there. Nothing I did wrong. I went off of what iRacing told me.
That's the mileage it figures at the end of it. Doesn't matter to me. Does not matter to me. Harlow, Conklin, Thomas, Fowley, Wyatt. That's going to be your top 5 rankers there in 6th. Root, Hawks, Bates, Roberts. That's going to be the top 10. 105 almost kept it out of the wall, but
First, he should have kept it out of the 88's butt.
the rear bumper right there was all over it. I know there's probably a check up there because of what happened with some drivers moving around there, but you got to be patient and you got to be careful and you got to feather that throttle. Third caution of the race. I'm still impressed. 3 cautions, 100 laps in. You know it's going to be a few more cautions at the end if there was going to be any. And I do believe the 3 cautions spread means that we're going to go double file next lap. And so it technically will not be a green-white checkered. So when we go back to green flag, we will have 2 to go, but it's not going to be the first attempt out of a green-white checkered there. Ooh, man. Jinx, shifters, 265. And man, oh man, oh man. Oh, what fun it could be to ride in the 54 Chevrolet with Baby Yoda chicken nuggets. A whole lot of fun. Thank you guys out there watching and tuning in. Oh, man, it's been a whole lot of fun, and it's been a great season for Signature eNASCAR Series action. The Cup Series had Mario Miranda taking home the championship placard and some cash over there. Then, of course, Wayne Lowe comes home second. He was second in points over there. Josh Klinger in third. Those guys. Big shout out to Wayne Lowe, though, because Wayne donated his winnings to the Toys for Tots for our race. So absolutely cool of him to do that. Anyhow, here, this is all about bragging rights. All about a whole lot of fun. We go back to racing. It'll be 2 to go here at Talladega. And the gloves are off. Up to speed. Take the white flag and go. That's pretty much what's going to happen. Man, I'm excited. But they do have 2 attempts at a green-white checker, just so everybody knows. We're all on the same page here. Harlow, Conklin, Thomas, Fowley, Wyatt, and Rinker. That's going to be the first 3 rows. Hawks, Root, Bates, and Roberts. That's going to make it up. They're going to go back to being compact. And right now, all that we have to do is see who's going to finish where. And I will make sure that I give the actual points total to everybody before I end, so that we have the SETS Truck Series champion. We'll talk to the race winner, no matter who it is, and then we'll talk to the SETS Truck Series champion. Trucks are a different beast. They really are. One more time around here at Talladega. There's Fred the Flag Man right there. The Geico restart zone once again. Ready to bring him back to green flag racing. A hush comes over the crowd. And we're back at it. Green, green, green. There they go. They are running. Conklin, Harlow, that's going to be the front row. 15 to the back of the 65, 63 to the back of the 54. Side-by-side racing. Rinker up there with a tribute to Jim the Donkey. Chris Bates ought to be proud. Outside line running for all the drivers. Conklin leading outside. Going to get dived into the 65 and doing a great job. That was a clean slide job. Side-by-side racing, 3 wide. The 63 has Hawks right there. Inside line run, just be clean. Just run as clean as you can. 60 of Rinker to the inside. There's the 10 down below. Coming down to it, the 54 has the 65 to the outside. Oh, 54 turns. Everybody, no, the big one. White flag waves. Caution's going to wave. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, there was. Pile up. Man. Oh, man. Man, I don't know what to think. That was huge. All right, let's all right, we have to rewind this. I know it started with Conklin and the 54. Here it is, right here. And oh man, here's the front stretch run right here. The 54, and the 65. Oh, the 15 came up into the 65. Turned the 54 in front of everybody. 65 flies. Just look at the carnage. Oh man. Oh. 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 That was a parking lot party. Where did Rinker end up? I'm asking myself questions here, folks. I'm sorry. Oh, we got to go back. We got to look at that. Hold on. Zach Rinker was right in the mix here. Let's kind of see. I mean, Rinker was there to the outside. I mean, we knew that it was going to be aggressive. So here is the cockpit view from Zach Rinker. We knew it was going to be aggressive, and Wyatt was there, came outside. He was there to the outside of his teammate. Up there, Conklin. Boom! Oh, man! Ow! Ow! Help me, Tom Cruise! Help me, Oprah Winfrey! Ah! Jeez, oh, Pete! No, Rinker was there. A great race up until that point. Brandon Banks back in the mix right there after that first caution, so he's going to be back on the lead lap. Our first attempt at a green-white checkered coming up right here. And holy cow. The donkeys are dead, Shane Wyatt. Poor donkeys. He made me crack. Oh, man. Excuse me. No, Sean, not your fault, buddy. No, I think there was a lot going on there. The 15 came up just a smidge, got into the 65 of Roswell Harlow. Harlow got to the Urback bumper. It was like the Lincoln logs that stacked the wrong way, and man, that's what happens. And they were this close to taking the. I mean, they were right there taking the white flag. iRacing would have. Oh man, what are we doing here? Let's go back. We'll look at that again here. So caution's going to come out, and where's the leader at here? Let's look at the leader. So the leader's in the wall, and they haven't taken the white flag yet. So as things would stay, we're going to look right here. Oh, man, look at that carnage. And, iRacing. I think the race should have finished. But iRacing did not do it. That poor donkey. The nature of the beast, and that's Talladega. That is Talladega. And the big one happened on lap 99. Man. Oh, man. Side by side, we're going to go back and try it again. Here's what's interesting. Joe Sanchez ran at the back of the pack to keep a clean race truck. And right now, Sanchez starting on the outside of Raymond Root, the Toyota. So as it stands, did Rinker come back out? Rinker has not come out. Rinker is... Did he come back out? Rinker, did you come back out? Mario's back out. Klinger's back out. Bates is back out. Elrod. Zach Rinker is on pit road, so Rinker did not come back out. I was trying to check. I'm trying to mentally do the math in my head. All right, Root, Sanchez, Munier, Schaefer, Woolley. That's going to be the top 5. And Harris is up there as well. Sorry, Woolley's on the outside. Harris is going to be in the top 5. That's going to be the 31 down there. Woolley's going to be in the outside lane. He's going to be back-to-back. Drake and Bros Racing, 2 drivers on the outside. That's going to be the 55 of the Sherwin-Williams paint scheme right there. That's Joe Sanchez. He has gotten through a whole lot, and now he has his teammate in the form of the 3 right behind him. Big old run coming. Munier's right behind the Root. 4th caution. And it's been a great race. Green, white, checkered coming up. Waiting for Fred the Flagman right here at Talladega. Ooh, grind the gears. Run it. Sunoco fuel sign. Ready, go. Green, green, green. Don't blink, Woolley. 55 has the 3 of Schaefer there to the outside. All that they have to do is just run 2 clean laps. But it'd be okay if we saw another caution. How cool would that be? 55 has the 3 to the back bumper. How cool would it be to win the Championship Truck Series race? Schaefer pushing his teammate down the backstretch. Sanchez going to dive to the inside. Patience is key. 3 wide. They shove him down. What in the world? Man, oh man, oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Patience is key. Schaefer has Woolley behind him. The 10 of Root has Munier behind him. Eric Schaefer leads the white flag here at Talladega. Outside line run, beating and banging. The 13 is going to push the 3 around the outside line. Side draft from the 79. Does look like the 98 of Miranda is there. Big run coming. Can the outside line hold it together? Raymond Root. No, that I kind of figured that was going to happen. Big run from CJ Munier. Miranda to the bottom, the 31 there. Miranda trying to win it here. I think he crossed below the double yellow. We'll have to look at that as we go back and see things. Does look like Miranda is going to be declared the unofficial winner. because he advanced his position below the double yellow right there, and I'm going to see, well, I'll have to see that real quick because, and I'll have to take it back to race control because that will have to be reviewed. And we'll hold it there for the time being. We are going to go back and take a look. Oh, let me go. Well, that's the big wreck right there. So we're going to follow along. This is going to be it right here. So here is what happened right here. Do believe. Nope, he didn't. I want to make sure, because of the view that I had, I want to make sure, and I had race control double check. I think Raymond drifted up. He did. Didn't go below the double yellow. Nope, he is good. That's a race win for the 98. Can't leave that much room. That's a race win. The 98 Mario Merwinda is going to win here. And congratulations. I had to double check. We had to double check, folks. Just want to make sure. Oh, whoa, whoa. Miranda's got nobody right there, and that was the end of the race. Oh, man. Look at that. Finish for second and third, the 10 of Root. And, yeah. Definitely want to. We're definitely going to go back and take a look at some other things that happened after the fact, and that will be in our race chatter. Mario Miranda wins. Very cool. Very cool. Good to see him pull out another victory. All right, Mario Marina's going to win. I'm going to pull up the championship standings, and we're going to get that loaded in real quick because I want to make sure that we get those done and have those ready for everybody, because we want to make sure that we can give you give you a champion. You want that. You want to know who it is, and I want to be able to tell you who that is.
because he was in my team channel. I'm gonna push you coming off the turn, and then he scoots up the track, and I was like, and my promise went out the window. I went to his inside. So if I do get counted against going against the yellow line, I don't mind. Raymond or Daz, even if Daz beat Raymond, one of those guys can hit the win.
Right on. Well, I know that what I was saying out there, sorry about that, guys. I wanted to show everybody Joe Sanchez is going to be your signature eNASCAR Truck Series champion. I think that we had a muted channel that came across right there. So Joe Sanchez is going to be the signature eNASCAR Truck Series champion. Mario Miranda, according to my point of view from right there, it looked like your tires were right there on the line. I will have to go back and fine tune it and make sure. But as of right now, we'll call it the unofficial results. You took it home right there, but he left a ton of room. It seemed like he drifted up just a little bit, and you weren't really on him enough for that to happen. He kind of drifted up, built that momentum. The 31 was behind you. By the time you'd have checked up, that would have ruined some days. So I think the right move was made. It's just whether or not it counted. So
Battle course, I didn't expect him to. He told me after post race he was moving up the track, so the outside line would have a worse entry in the turn 3.
Mm-hmm.
In that, but it was a 1-2-3 finish for us, so it was a great day. And congrats to Joe on the championship.
Yeah, it was definitely a great race. 73 I think it was 73 green flag laps. Can you imagine that in the trucks? How far they've come.
A lot better than Daytona earlier this year.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Miranda, first and foremost, congratulations once again on the SECS championship, and of course, give your Super Mario Brothers shout outs out there, man.
Yeah, I promised Wooly I would run a Super Mario scheme in the Final Four. I didn't go up on it. I told him I'll just do it for this race, and I'm glad I won it.
Right there. All right, my man. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the driver debrief. We'll go over all that. We'll make sure that it counts, and we'll post the results afterwards if something changes.
All right. Thank you, Jason.
You're welcome. Mario Miranda, unofficial race winner. But we got to bring in the other guy, the man who won it all for the signature eNASCAR Truck Series. Very excited. He had he's had an up and down year with the Cup Series and the Truck Series. He's been strong. He was in the playoffs. He was in the Final Four for the Final Five for the chase for the Cup Series. Unfortunate circumstances happened on the racetrack that he was very dominant at, but he does get to come home with a championship. Let's find him. Mr. Joe Sanchez, where are you, buddy? There you are. Let's bring you in. Let's move you in to the broadcast booth. And man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. You have had one of those weeks and it ended on a high note. Tell me how your race went, because now you are the signature eNASCAR Truck Series champion.
Yeah, it's been a weird week. Definitely thought I could have had a shot at the Cup Series. Definitely had the car to beat in that Homestead race, but this was another up and down race for me too. Definitely I got caught losing the draft. I got some damage when my teammate got loose, and I tried to avoid him. Got a little bit of damage hitting the wall, but want to thank Brandon Banks for literally working with me for probably 2/3 of the race.
I was going to say at least 73 laps. That's what we saw. So.
Yeah, I really want to thank him. He really saved me from going a lap down there. But those last 10 laps, I was death gripping the wheel. Definitely the most intense racing I've ever been in. When I knew I saw Rinker wreck there, I knew I had it in the bag, and I was going to try to go for the win. And then when they kind of started getting dicey, trying to make it 3 wide beside me, that's when I ducked below the apron there, and I was just like, I just need to finish the race. So it was a fun season. I'm glad I can walk away the champ.
Absolutely. It was a great run. All right. Give your shout outs out there and your thing and the rest of the thank yous that you do. And man, I was secretly rooting for the 15 to win because it's my number, but it was good to see the drive here. It was and it could have gone wrong in any situation right there. If something had happened early on and you had been taken out, then you could have lost that championship by just points, just on the finishing position of where Zach Rinker would have been. So it's super. It's just amazing to see how close it could have been, even though it was still 21 points separating you guys coming in. So, that's just awesome. But do your shout outs and continue to go, Bill.
I'll give a thanks again, like I said, my sponsor, Sherwin-Williams, for being on the truck and my cup car all the time. I really want to thank the Drinking Bros for really kind of helping me out this race. This is definitely a team track, and working with them, and like I said, thank Brandon Banks again. He was probably the biggest help for me this race, since I lost my teammates in some of the pit cycles. But he, like I said, he was the key for me, staying on the lead lap and kind of being able to fight there at the end.
Well, absolutely fantastic drive off. Congratulations, Joe. We'll see you in the driver debrief, and go celebrate, my friend.
Thanks.
Absolutely. Joe Sanchez, signature eNASCAR Truck Series champion at the Jinx Shifters Talladega 265/266/ they ran more than that anyway. Good to see everybody have a great time out there. I will be doing a recap of the season with all of the top threes from the two series for the eNASCAR series, and that'll be put up as an interview segment. I will talk to them. I'm going to give them more time to be able to talk. I do have to end my stream, and I've got to take care of something. So I would normally really just drag this out and have a lot of fun. Let's go look at the unofficial results right here as he tries to blow his truck up. Joe Sanchez wins here at Talladega, wins the championship. Mario Miranda unofficially wins the race. Raymond Root, Daz Hayes, CJ Munier, Michael Woolley, Aaron Mack, Tony Kivett, Jake Elrod, Chris Bates, and Jesse Priest. That's going to be your top 10. Sanchez comes home in 11th. Schaefer, teammate, right behind him. And then, of course, down to Brandon Banks, who was a big help to not only help secure his P2 finish, but he helped Joe Sanchez get to the win right there. Josh Klinger comes home 16th. Let's move on down the list real quick as we continue to move forward. Actually, no, I can't do it. Chris Progar in 20th. Cody Anderson in 25th. There's Shane White in 27th. Zach Rinker 26th after that big monstrous wreck that just took, like, I was like, man, that was big. Eddie Hawks, Michael Newbrow, Dan Fowley, Kevin Delia, and all the way back to Cody Kinsey. Excuse me, folks. My throat's not feeling all the hottest right now. So good to see everybody out there. Thank you very much. We love you, and we're going to be able to see you. Drinking Bros Racing gets their champion into the number 1 seat right there. Rowdy Motorsports gets the 88 of Brandon Banks in there as well. And then LOE has another great week with another top 3 series championship right there. So very, very cool. Very great. Good to see everybody out there. We're going to see you tomorrow, Real Racing Online Dirt Street Stock Series, and we'll be back at it Monday with the cash race. We're going to try to do some Rocket League in the morning, so we'll see you then, okay? Lots of streams coming up. Just a little bit less iRacing throughout the holiday season. Maybe a little bit of special event stuff. We'll see what happens. Love you. We'll see you again here very, very shortly.